How to look better than most men in 3 simple steps. Guys, I'm 34 years old. I always struggled with my looks, especially younger. I was very unconfident physically and just with my social confidence in general. I was not an attractive dude growing up. I'm not tall. I'm 5'8", 5'7", 5'8". And I spent over 10 years getting myself to the level I'm at right now, where I am very confident with my look, my social life, my dating life. I live in Miami. I only go up to the hottest women out here. All right. And I attribute a lot of that to the way I feel internally, but also I'd be lying if I were to say that part of it wasn't at least somewhat influenced by the way that I look. And so I want to talk about some concepts in this video that I don't see a lot of people discussing when it comes to how to look better than most men. And some of these concepts you may have heard before, but there's specific details about each of these that I just don't hear the nuances being discussed. So let's go over these, because the very first thing I did in my journey was I started hitting the gym. But here was the problem. I always wanted to get big. And so from 18 to like 25, I was trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I was trying to get my bench up. Got my bench up to almost 300 pounds at one point. And I got really strong. I got big. I hit the goals that I wanted. But what I realized was I wasn't getting any more women. If anything, I was getting less women. I did not have any more confidence. And so, yes, hitting the gym is important, but what I was doing was not actually making me any more attractive to women, right? And so if you actually want to look more physically attractive, it's not how much you can bench. It's not how fucking massive you are. A lot of women actually don't even find bodybuilders attractive. You know who most of these girls find attractive? Unfortunately, Justin Bieber. Pete Davidson, right? These like scrawny dudes, these pretty boys, but you know what the pretty boys actually have that is an attractive element is they have like a very attractive face because they're lean. All right, they're very lean. And so the more lean you get, the more your jawline starts to pop out, the more your facial features, the definition, I'm looking over at my face right now on the video, you look more masculine, you just look more chiseled, you look more attractive is really what it is. But here's the thing, it's not just like, yeah, get lean, because I always wanted a six-pack, but I never really got lean until the last couple of years. Oh, the lighting's not even good. Can't even see my abs. I'll throw a pic up on the screen. But this is me right now with good lighting. And I'll put up some pics of me from a year ago. This was me when I was fat as fuck. All right, and I can tell you, I get a lot more attention when I'm this guy, right? So, but I'm sure you guys have heard this term before about getting lean and the idea of it, but I'm telling you, it's more important than you think, because one, you're gonna feel a lot better physically, mentally. You'll be moving around, you'll be more energetic, you'll wake up, you look in the mirror, you look more attractive, so you carry yourself in a more attractive way. But it's not as simple as just get lean, because I wanted to get lean for a very long time and I wasn't able to get lean. The one thing though that you need to do is actually track your calories and your steps every day. Like, I remember when I used to try to get lean in the past, I could get kind of slim, but I never could get that six-pack that made my face look really attractive. And that's what I'm telling you guys. If you want to really separate yourself from most men, you got to get down to 10% body fat. And the only way you're going to get that low, it's not because you do a little bit more running. It's not because you go to the gym. It's because you're in a calorie deficit every single day. For like 2, 4, 10, 12 weeks, depending on how fat you are, right? For me to go from the fat guy down to this dude, it took me about 4 months, maybe 5 months at that last percent. So I'll show you the transition. There's a couple different pics, right? But when I made that transition, it was about 4 months, but I really tracked my calories consistently. I knew at the beginning I was having 2,500 calories and I was walking 5 miles a day and I was hitting my workout, and I weighed myself every day. If you're not weighing yourself every day, you're not actually tracking your calories, and you're not cooking your foods at home, you have zero shot at this. You can't just eyeball this and go play basketball and then go to the gym and think and decide to have a salad at dinner. You have no fucking idea, dude. And that was me dieting in my 20s. I just had no idea. It's a calculated, systematic strategy that you can predict exactly how much weight you're gonna lose. And anybody I know that's like really fucking shredded, that looks sick, it's because they track their stuff. So that's number one. Now I want to get into number two, because just because you're lean doesn't mean, you might start getting a little bit more attention, but now in point 2 and point 3, I'm going to show you how to create more attraction and then ultimately capitalize on it, right? So Second point I want to talk about reminds me again earlier on in my journey. I wasn't fat. I'll show you a couple more pics of me. This was me, but I still looked unconfident. And if a girl was talking to me, I wouldn't be able to, she wouldn't think I was attractive. Because there's a certain facial expression and vibe when you're communicating to women to make yourself more attractive. I could take a fat guy and actually make him attractive, even if he wasn't lean. I mean, if he's lean, he's going to be even more attractive. But I have clients that are actually chubby, but they still get women because they have charm. And a big part of charm comes from your ability to create emotion from the person looking at you, just from your face, right? And a big part of that is being able to smile. So when I was in my 20s, I was very insecure about my smile. I never really took care of my teeth. I was lazy with brushing and flossing. I never used a tongue scraper. I was trash with it. Never went to the dentist, nothing. And then I hung out with this one friend and his teeth were flawless. Every time we would go out, and I was studying a lot of pickup and dating stuff back then, so I was going out trying to talk to all these girls. We would bring girls back to his place for the after party. And I have like multiple memories of these women going, oh my God, your teeth are so nice. Oh my God, Joe, your teeth are so white. I would hear this over and over again to the point where it would start to piss me off because I would hear it so much. So guess what? I started taking my teeth more seriously. Only because I saw the direct result that it was happening, and he was really good at smiling. He knew how to be able to bring out a smile when he started talking or telling a story. He could actually just do this. And that's really powerful. But if you're not confident with your smile, you're not gonna be able to do that. You're gonna be insecure when you're talking to the girl and it just doesn't come out. But you gotta be able to show that off, man, right? So the thing I did first was I got Invisalign and I got whitening strips and I got the charcoal powder. And those three things overnight changed it in a matter of 1 month. Crest whitening strips, did that every day. I took the black charcoal powder and I used Crest Optic White, and then I got my teeth straightened by using Invisalign. And I remember a couple months after that, I was out one night and a girl said, wow, I must say you have a really nice smile. And that was the first time I had ever heard that. And that shit got me so excited. So it's really getting your teeth to a place where you're confident with them, you're comfortable with them, but then also it's knowing how to use the smile while you're talking to the girl. Because if I go up to a girl, I need to be able to have that smile popping out. Or if I'm in a conversation and I'm teasing her, or if I'm flirting with the girl, I need to be able to do this. I have a lot of clients that are very attractive physically, but they don't get women because they can't create the attraction, because the way you create attraction is through your emotions in a conversation, through your communication. And a big part of that is your smile. So getting lean, it's gonna separate you from most men, but then talking to the girl, you gotta know how to do this, bro. Because that shit's what creates the emotion that separates you from most men. The attractive dude, she'll get his attention, but then she goes up to him and talks like this. And just talks, it's so boring. He's got no emotion, it's communication. And this is not attractive, this is not engaging, all right? The smile can work in so many different ways. You make eye contact from a distance, you can give a little smile and a head nod. If you're in the conversation, you could be smiling when you're teasing her. If you say some flirty line, if you talk slower, having those pauses while you're looking at the girl with a little bit of smile can create tension. It's an absolute game changer. Absolute game changer. And once you get confident with it, you can get a little bit of a cocky smirk. And the girls just understand. The dudes that have that, it's a signal. They pick up on it. They can read your body language and know just by the look and the smile and the leanness, they're like, oh, he's that guy. I swear to God. Swear to God, honestly. And now let's get into the final point, which kind of stacks on both these, because once you got some leanness going on and you got the smile going on, the last thing that also can make you a lot more attractive is the way that you're actually looking at women. But let me explain this, because there's a couple different things here. It's not just being able to hold good eye contact. Because I remember when I was trying to get better with my eye contact, I started deliberately holding the eye contact more. And I would look at girls with this piercing stare. I even had a woman tell me, wow, you have a very intense stare. You have a very piercing stare. You have very piercing eye contact. And I used to think back then, I was like, yeah, that's right. It's because I'm working on my eye contact. What's up? Now, the reality was, though, is that what the girl was feeling was actually an intense stare, which is not attractive. because I had to hold the eye contact. I had to deliberately try to hold the eye contact, so my eyes were like, kind of like intense, and the other person feels that, right? So the way that you actually get really good eye contact for it to be attractive, though, is you need to be able to look at them and be very relaxed while you're looking her dead in the eyes, and that takes practice for sure. So you need, if you're not good with your eye contact, you got to be able to keep holding it and holding it and holding it until you get so comfortable that it's not a struggle to hold it anymore. And at that point, you will be able to just kind of have this unwavering gaze, which is really what point number 3 is. It's the gaze, G-A-Z-E, right? Because it's not just about holding eye contact. It's about being able to look at a girl with a lean, sexy face, sexy physique, because you've been hitting the gym, because you've been counting and tracking your calories. It's not just because you go to the gym and I chose to have a salad, but I don't know what the fuck my calories are at. You're not getting any leaner. Like the dudes I see on consultation calls, they tell me, yeah, I've been hitting the gym. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're fat, bro. Like you're not getting any leaner. And that's because they don't track their shit. So when you do that properly and you can actually get your teeth to a place where you're confident with them, you got to get your teeth to a place where you're confident with them, and then you got to utilize the smile properly, which takes practice. And then the last thing, on top of all of that, if you stack these on top, I mean, dude, this girl's gonna be dripping wet. This girl's gonna be dripping wet because you can look at her the right way. That signals to her, I'm a confident dude. I'm a very, very confident dude. And the women can tell just by the way you look at them, just by the way you can pull out that smile, and the leanness and the physique creates that initial intrigue from a distance. So she sees you from a distance, then she's analyzing the way you look at her, the way your eyes, do your eyes go like this? Does your face, are you scared? Or are you relaxed and confident as fuck? Right, so when you can stack those 3 on top, night and day difference, dude. A chubby dude who can't hold eye contact, who has an awkward smile, versus a lean dude who can look at the girl a certain way. And dude, number 3 is the most powerful, because if I could just look at the girl a certain way, she feels the fucking intensity. She feels the confidence. Now, on top of that, if you're actually lean, now she's actually physically attracted to you, and then you add the smile in, you can create the right emotions with your flirting and with your charm. And that's how you become attractive as fuck, more attractive than most men. They just don't understand these things. It took me a very long time to make these transitions. It took me over 10 years to make this kind of a transformation. It doesn't need to take you that long. You just gotta start working at it now, guys. So stack all 3 of these on together, and I promise you, you'll be more attractive than most men out there. All right, if you wanna fast track that result, I told you it took me a very long time. It doesn't need to take you that long. And there's a lot of other skills you can stack on top of this with your communication to really get the dating life, the social confidence that you really want. You could join the group down below, links in the description. I got a really solid offer going on for cheap. You don't need a lot of money to get into this group for right now, guys. Click the link below. That's all for this video, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.